Okay, so this is week number 1 after the full rupture of Achilles tendon, a very serious injury. The gap was around 3 centimeters at the day 6, which was 2 days ago. So now it's day 8. Unfortunately, I had a cast which wasn't placed well. It was placed too tight, and I developed a deep vein thrombosis. So um, at the moment when I was placed in the cast, I was not on blood thinners, unfortunately, which led to the development of um, DVT in the leg. So my leg was very stiff, very hard, swollen. All the blood was there. Probably couldn't get back because of the um, blood clot. And yeah, I saw this after I removed the cast. The doctor was, okay, you have thrombosis. You have to treat thrombosis first and then Achilles. So at day 6, um, my cast was removed, so I was placed um, uh, yeah, to be um, yeah, basically I have to be like still for a week, not moving, because the main danger if you have DVTs for that blood clot to detach and go to the lungs, because the blood that's been drained out of the leg goes through the heart to the lungs to get oxidized. So that blood clot can get stuck in the lungs, and but which can have fatal consequences. So the most important thing is now I'm taking blood thinner injections, and um, I had to be still for a week, um, not move around, and then I'll do another ultrasound to see if the blood clot was reduced, which will if it is reduced, then I'll have some um, um, I'll go back in the cast, but I'll definitely have some uh, kind of um, um, boot. Yeah, I'll go back. I'll go in the boot. Um, also, probably some kind of leg compression, um, which will help reduce the swelling. So, yeah, if you have the same injury and if you're placed in a cast, the most important thing is that you don't do the same, you don't repeat the same mistake I did. They placed the cast above the knee, very tight. They recommended blood thinners, but they didn't actually prescribe that. So I was not on blood thinners. And that led to the development of a DVT of my leg. So ask your doctor not to put a cast above your knee. You don't really need it. You just need to isolate that ankle. So it can be below knee. Also doesn't have to be placed that tight. And if it is placed tight, ask them for blood thinners to be prescribed. Um, Actually, now that I'm out of the cast, I don't think really I need um, cast at all. I can just place my leg in this plantar flex position like this. So a certain angle, like at an angle of, like if this is my leg, it'll not be neutral, it'll be plantar flexed. I can do it myself, so I don't really need a cast. I can just go into the boot directly. I don't think really cast is necessary. Also, it can lead to this kind of thing. Also, main issue surgical, non-surgical. In my case, I like to go non-surgical. As yeah, I've seen videos people can do non-surgical pretty well. Research says there's no big difference except the time can be shorter if you do surgery. If that's an issue for you, you may consider surgery, but the outcome's pretty much the same. The tendon will heal. So if you're not in a rush, like some athletes are, you can do a non-surgical route, which is what I will do. I'll just show you my leg right now. You can see it is. So this is my injured leg. You can see how it is swollen. You can see the difference between the two legs. This one's very swollen, very stiff. So right now I just want to reduce the swelling, stiffness. Because at the beginning it was like when I removed the cast, it was hard like a rock. It was like a rock. I was like, what the hell is this? So, but what happened is that the cast and the blood clot prevented the flow back from the veins in the leg to the heart, to the lungs, and that blood just remained there. It was swollen, it was hard like a rock. So right now, it's not that hard, it is still stiff, it is swollen. It's painful, very painful, so I am taking paracetamol for pain. And yeah, I hope to first resolve the the blood clot, right? So thrombosis. After that, the risk of pulmonary thrombosis, it's called embolism, right? PE, pulmonary embolism. If the risk is gone, then I can put a compression on that leg. I can put it in the boot. I'll go with my crutches, and then it is a standard protocol, right? So you slowly, gradually, over the course of the next 2 months, start first to do an early weight bearing. So you put your leg a little bit, leg is at the angle like this, within the boot. So you'll do some early weight bearing with the crutches, and then eventually without the crutches, and eventually transition to a shoe. So that is a plan. Now, we'll see how it goes. I hope it goes well. So, standard protocol is 2 weeks in cast, but I don't think you need to be in cast. So it's quite optional because the leg is not healing during these 2 weeks. So it's just starting to get together and to heal. And then you have to next 4 weeks in the boot, or next 6 weeks in the boot, and then after 2 months you can transition to a shoe. But but it can be shortened depending on the way how you're progressing, or it could be longer, right? Anyway, eventually, when you start the full weight bearing on your boot, you're gonna have 3 wedges, and you're gonna remove 1 each week. Then you'll be in you'll not be in a plantar flex position. You'll be parallel to the ground, and then you can, after that week, you can go to a shoe. So that is kind of a plan. This is my first video. It's mainly about not trusting when a doctor puts a cast, not trusting a doctor when they place a cast. You have the right to say no. It's too tight. You did not prescribe blood thinners. I refuse a cast. You have the right to do that. In my case, I did not develop a leg thrombosis. Hopefully everything will be okay. It will be gone. I'll continue with my Achilles treatment. Yeah, that's about it. See you in the next video. Thank you.